Hi, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, we came off the Bowling Green game, and then kind of came into a mini bye week for where we are in the season, and now really kind of back on a normal game week schedule. Treated today as a Monday practice and getting ourselves ready to go on and take on Miami, Ohio. Travel, prepare ourselves, do all the things that we do in our process and our approach to get back prepared. Had some guys come back off of injury that we feel good about, that have gotten healthy and had some time to use it wisely, and looking forward to seeing some new faces out there and just getting our team prepared to go play our best on this Tuesday against Miami, Ohio.
Well, it's such a wild game, Bowling Green in so many ways.
Yeah.
So many factors. Now that you've had a couple of days to let it filter in and
Sure.
do it and think about it, what jumped out at you about everything that seemed to happen?
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces, Paul. I think number one, to be able to have the great balance that we had on offense, especially with Kyle going down and then Matt stepping in and being able to rush in, throw for 200 yards, still efficiently move the ball. I think we had 35 plus first downs. Dylan McDuffie continues to run the ball at an extremely high clip and high level for us. Keon Williams, we got him going. One thing you didn't even notice sometimes with Keon is the ability to. We got a lot of hidden yardage just through penalties that were created by targeting him, and we're able to pick up a number of first downs by just targeting him, and then able for him to make the catches that he made was really good for us. And the line held strong and protected solid throughout the majority of the game. We had a couple breakdowns at the end of the game, but we feel like we did enough with enough moving pieces there to put ourselves in a position to win. Special teams picked up over the second half, and we were able to flip the field a few times. Defensively, when we lined up and we watched the tape with the guys, just missed tackles and missed assignments, I think, are the two biggest takeaways. Guys that are there at the point of attack that we just didn't down the football. So we spent a good amount of time in this little bye week that we had, mini bye week, if you want to call it that, just on working the fundamentals and the technique and getting our eyes in the right place, making sure we align correctly, great stance, great knee bend, and then when the ball turns over, making sure that we're setting edges, playing with our outside arm free, filling gaps, and then ultimately tackling the football was a big thing. Yeah, number one, that's I think that wasn't our team that showed up there. I mean, it wasn't to the standard of what we've been. And the second thing is get up and get off the mat. Get up. Part of seasons is anytime you have a step back or you have a little bit of a disappointment, it's how quickly can you respond. The word that we've used all week is respond to our program and our team. How do we respond? How do you respond from adverse situations? We talked about, the 2006 Red Sox and how they were down 3-1. We talked about the New York Giants and winning the Super Bowl when they got in the playoffs at 9-7. We talked about the Cleveland Cavaliers and being able to be down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors and come back and still win an NBA Finals and championship. And there's been a number of teams and a number of information's really all around us. A number of teams that have been in tough situations that have been able to respond, and how we respond is everything. So I think the biggest message to us is we know we're capable and we're able, but that enough isn't getting it done. We have to make sure we have the right approach and mentality going in the games, and we got to respond the right way.
Will he be available Tuesday?
Yes, he will. Yep.
Now, with Matt Myers now having to come in the backup, how did Matt prepare to take on that role in relief, not just against Bowling Green, but how has he been able to do it this season?
Yeah, Matt, you don't want to miss this with Matt Myers. To be able to step into a game, not when you're just up or having a ton of success, to really step into a tough situation this late in the season and to still be mentally prepared and ready tells you a ton about the character and the DNA of Matt Myers and who he is. The easy thing to say is I step in a tough situation, unexpectedly went into the game and could have easily underperformed and not performed high, but Matt stepped in there, ran the offense efficiently, a couple throws we probably want to have back, but was able to get us in and out of the huddle and really didn't miss a beat on offense with him under the center and him operating the offense. So really proud of the way he performed. It's a credit to him being ready, Coach Shane Montgomery and the offensive staff of keeping him prepared and him just keeping himself mentally engaged in everything that was going on and being ready to perform when his number was called.
I mean, you got back to Kyle, even though he didn't practice today. Is he still day-to-day evaluation? When will the decision be made on him?
Yeah, we fully expect Kyle to be ready to go.
Coach, following the loss, and then now you have the 3-week matching of the video. Did this quote-unquote mini bye week come at a good time?
Yeah, I think it came at a good time. Just, it's kind of an untraditional calendar makeup for us because we don't have the full bye week, but we had the 9.5 day window that we took advantage of, gave the guys a couple of days just for their mental recovery and physical recovery, and then we're able to kind of get a bonus day in of preparation, work on some corrections that we needed to work on, and it got a lot of good work in as well. Fundamentals, technique, eye discipline, alignment, stance, communication, and just really focus on us for a little bit, and then quickly transition ourselves over to our preparation for Miami, Ohio.
And with 3 games left, you kind of told you guys, listen, we got 3 games. This is it. We got to not win out, but I guess we got to play our best.
What we want to do is focus on what we can control. And what can we control? We can control our attitude and our effort every day. We control our preparation. We control making sure that our eyes are in the right place. We control when the ball turns over, that we play harder than the man in front of us, and we play extremely hard, and we play with a shocking level of effort. We control playing with confidence and playing connected. And there's a lot of moving pieces in the league. There's a lot of moving pieces that are still going to be played out. Those things are going to happen however they happen, when they happen. For us, control the controllables, keep our eyes on the prize in terms of being 1-0 today, 1-0 every single week, and then whatever happens from there, we'll be ready for the next situation when that presents itself.
Do you think those weeknight action games kind of give, not only you as coaches, but the players a little bit more juice, national TV, weeknight, prime time?
I know from a recruiting standpoint, I spent a good amount of time on the phone last night with recruits. It's always good to say, hey, you got a national televised game coming up. It's kind of what the MAC is known for, that those MACtion games and nationally televised games. I think anytime you can get on TV from coast to coast and everybody can watch you, no matter what night it is, it's a healthy thing for your program and for the visibility of the players that are on the field and for your logos and your brand. So we definitely look forward to our string of MACtion games coming up and just really getting ourselves prepared and playing our best football down the stretch.
I don't know how much you watched the games this week, but a couple of trends that have been season-long in the MAC continue. Every one of those games except one was decided by 7 points or less, and in every one of those games except one, the losing team scored 30 points. So that goes to the question of defense in the MAC.
Yeah.
How do you respond to both of them?
I'm trying to put together your equation right there.
Why is it so hard to play defense in the MAC?
Yeah, well, I don't say it's hard. I think what is defensive football? It's the fundamentals of defensive football: pursuit, hit and shed, tackling, ball disruption, leveraging the ball, communication, eye, stance, and then just really so much of it is getting 11 hats to the football and to play as hard as humanly possible. And then you got to make plays. You got to make plays. I mean, we've had our string of great defensive players that have come through Buffalo and strings of great defensive as collectively that have come through here. But it's also about responding to adversity. There's a lot of weapons in this league. There's a lot of threatening offenses that can put up points in a hurry against you. And how do you respond? When a couple plays don't go your way. And I think a lot of teams in the league are probably in a similar situation, and getting guys to kind of get up and kind of, so to speak, maybe dust themselves off and get refocused on what they have in front of them, and go out there with the right attitude, mindset, and demeanor to go play strong and play well.
How about the close games that have been season-long? More than half
Yeah.
the MAC games.
We're used to them. I think all of our games have been 7 or less. It feels like almost. I mean, there's been a ton of back and forth games. It takes a lot of grit and toughness and determination. There's a lot of strain that's put on you when you have one possession games, because you have to play with so much poise and discipline down the stretch to make that one play that can potentially decide the game. So I think the league is no different. You just see all the back and forth. You see the one possession games, and it kind of almost similarly resembles kind of what I came from in the NFL, where they say college football, maybe a lot of big time college football maybe are one possession games, but in the NFL they're really almost like last plays, last possessions, last critical decision making that you have to make the plays at the end of the game. We spend a great amount of time in attention to detail in situational football, knowing and respecting situations, being prepared for all situations. One came up against Bowling Green where we, right before the half, sent 11 up to go block the kick. We were able to block the kick, get the offense back out there. We had the incompletion on the 5-yard pickup that we wanted to get, but we were able still to knock in potentially a 3-yard field goal right before the half. It's just situational football, in-game decision making, and can you make those decisions in-game when when everything's moving? And we've certainly had our fair share of those moments.
You set up for
Yeah.
as far as reviewing kind of what to do to go forward after this. I mean, do you expect any lineup changes going into this game against Miami, whether it's wholesale or tinkering with the lineup?
No, I wouldn't say any full scale, but we've definitely challenged our players that have played well for us to continue. That, I mean, some of them probably had some uncharacteristic mistakes and a couple of mistakes that were made in the game that hurt us. But what do? You point them out, and you're very honest and transparent and clear in what those mistakes are, and then you challenge guys and you coach guys to correct them. You know, so much of football is correcting. You know, as a coach, you have to recognize your mistakes in coaching. As a player, you have to recognize your mistakes in what you did on the field, and the only way you recognize and correct mistakes is if you address them. So we own what's on the film. We don't talk around anything, but we talk everything in truth for the purpose of making each other better, making the players better. And there's a lot of ownership in our locker room. There's a lot of accountability and trust and truth. And we look forward to the corrections being made down the stretch over these last 3 games, and really starting with this first one against Miami, Ohio.
Regarding Miami's game and their season so far, they have been mostly a defensive team, yet that game on the other night,
Yeah.
the quarterback throws for almost 500. So give me a sense of what you've seen so far this year from the Red Hawks.
Yeah, being able to play strong on both sides of the football. You throw for 500, you get everybody's attention. And I think consistently throughout the season, they're well coached. They've played strong, played very disciplined, good football throughout the entire course of the season. They've been pretty consistent on defense, playing strong, getting off the field on third down, not allowing really big scoring, high scoring games. Maybe last night was a little bit uncharacteristic for them from what we've seen throughout the course of the season. But they definitely it's another big time MAC game on the road that we know what's at stake. We know what we have to do. It's extremely important for us to play well and get prepared, and we're going to have to play very good football on the road to go out there and pull it off.